Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Koala Super Light 26 SS travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and a few things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, I want you to leave plenty of room for that awning to come in and out. On your off campsite, besides your slide, which is obviously pretty deep, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power and your water are going to be in front of your tire on your off campsite or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing we're going to do is level our unit. Your unit comes with a power tongue jack. Night docking light, should you arrive at night, simply retract to lower, extend to raise. Now, I do recommend getting the stick on level. Put it on, find the center of your unit over here on your off campsite, put it on there. Have someone watch that while you get this level. If by chance you happen to lose power, under this rubber stopper right here is an area for this hand crank to get this up and down should you lose power. Speaking of power, check your battery post now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose going down the road. Once we got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of your unit have these 3/4 inch hand crank stabilizing jacks. As I run these down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, and hot blacktop in summer. Better distribute the weight. Pick a 4-pack of those up from our store. Use your 10% off coupon. You can run these down with an impact driver or a drill gun. Just recommend you slow down when you get to the bottom, because you're only going to run these down just until they're taut. Once you have any type of resistance on your hand crank, stop. Remember, our unit's level already. We don't want to change that. We just wanted to stabilize it. So get all four of those down. Once we got our unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. 30 amp service on this. Once you got it on, you got a washer to lock on. At the end of this 30 amp service, should you need, there's a 30 to 15 amp reducer, comes with your convenience pack. That's power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. Underneath our outdoor shower to the left is where we hook up our city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting lines in your unit. You don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so use these. Hook that up, hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. Yours is located over here on the campsite, in between your doors. And all we're doing at this point, folks, is making sure our drain plug's back in. Your door, I believe, lifts right up off here. Easier with two hands, but might get it. There we go. Throw some plumber's tape around that. Get that rod in there nice and snug. Once that's in there nice and tight, you can go ahead and turn your hose on. Now, if your hose has been on for a few minutes, go inside, open up all your water lines, open up your slide if you need to. Get all of your water taps opened up. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Once you do, shut them off. come outside, check your hot water heater, see if that's full. If that is full, then you go ahead and turn that on indoors. There is an on-off electric element down here that is set to off. The only time you really want to turn that to on is if you're hooked up to 110. If your hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, come out here and see if either one of these reset buttons are bubbled up. If they are, simply press them back in. Alright, now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water at a campsite. We're going to go dry camping, or boondocking as they call it. In that case, we're going to fill up our freshwater tank. Just to the right of your entry doorway is where you do that. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply gravity fill it with a hose. 2 ways to tell it's full. 1, there's an overflow valve right here in the corner. Or 2, on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Keep an eye on that when you're filling it up. Once it's full, put your cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that fresh water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to city water. That's already pressurized. Alright, we're all set up to camp and power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit. Continuing here on the campsite. Got an outdoor porch light. I'll turn on here in a moment. We got a couple outdoor speakers. Again, our fresh water. It's a flue for your furnace. 2 things on that. 1, make sure it's never blocked. 2, if you are running it, steer clear. It does get hot. Access panel to the back of your fridge. Again, your hot water heater. This is a mount for a TV. Cable and 110 for that. Or the opposite, 110 cable. Big pass-through storage here. Separate bedroom doorway. The propane does come with a cover. It's on a regulator. Just lefty-loosey to open. Turn toward the tank you wish to be using. Again, up front is our batteries. Come around to our off-camp side. Pass through storage again. You have an outdoor hot and cold shower. Again, our city water. Next to that's our black tank flush. We'll talk about that when dumping our black and gray tanks. Power here. Not much to talk about on your slide other than these slide seals. You want to keep them flexible and pliable over the years. So if they got a spray, you can spray on these to keep them real flexible. Keep them from dry rotting. On the back, you got a spare tire with a cover. I'd recommend keeping that cover on there. That keeps it from dry rotting. And here's where we'll plug in our cable. And that about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Coming up inside your unit, first thing I always like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. To my right is going to be a 110 with GFCI reset. And then coming all the way up top is going to be our skylight control panel. Interior lights. Porch light, which is actually your awning light. Slide control. Here's where you turn on your water pump. Here's where you turn on your water pump if hooked to electricity. Or water heater if hooked to electricity. Water heater if hooked to gas. Your battery disconnect. Then your awning. On your awning. You're only going to want to run that out till a flap falls down to 90 degrees. Once that falls down, you'll know that you're out as far as you need to go. It's a little wet right now, so it might stick, but there it goes. Once you see your bar, that's as far as you want to go. If you hold that button down, that will continue to run itself out and run itself out. Start to run itself up backwards. Not just this one, all new ones do the same thing. So only run it out as far as you need to. Keep an eye on it when you're running it out. Tell you about your doors. Slam locks work best when gently slammed. On your recliners, we'll have to adjust these when you're traveling. Your sofa, sure, I'll turn that into a bed real quick. You will have to move this down away from your chair. So just remove your back cushions. Lift the front. Hold your legs out. Pull it all towards you. And just that quick, you get another sleeping quarters. Now simply reverse the process to put everything back. Make sure you lift up the back first. Otherwise you will damage your sofa. Strap here to help you sit them down in there. Return your cushions and just quickly your back to a sofa. There's your dinette. TV, I'm finding your remote for that. Use your antenna for that. You turn that to the right when you arrive at the campsite. There's my remote. Also up there next to your antenna is going to be your smoke alarm. When you arrive at campsites, run a digital channel scan to be able to pick up your local channels. You got a remote also for your sound system. Turn that on here. AM, FM, Bluetooth, DVD. 3 zones. Outdoors, indoors, just the bedroom. Or all 3.
Lucy Worsley is
DVD player down here. Down below that's going to be your breaker box. Infuses. Handful of 15s in there, a 30, a 7.5, a 5, a 40. Got quite a variety in there. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. To my right's going to be my fridge. We're going to open that up to our controls up top. Here's our reading, here's our controls. Turn it off, turn it on. Up here, auto. Turn it back on. We'll run that on auto. Up in the corners on auto. Auto means when you're not plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, it'll switch to gas. Or just make it gas, and if that light starts flashing, your gas is low. Here's your temperature set over here, 1 through 5, 5 being the coldest. Down below your fridge, carbon monoxide propane detector, and access to your water heater. Removable panel, so you can bypass your water heater when you winterize. Microwave, show you that working. 1 second of start. There you go. Below that, a light and a fan above this cooktop. And this folds back. Makes a nice backsplash. If you flip it up just right. Turn that to light. Get your spark. Your gas is on. There it goes. See all them working. Now, as far as the oven, you do have a pilot light to get down in there and light. Simple covers, more plumbing to maintain. Just keep an eye on your plumbing, you know, like you would at home, except you're bouncing a house down the road, so things could come loose over time. Head back in for our bathroom to our thermostat. I'm going to turn on the AC. Did you hear that running? And that's blast. Let's shut that off. I see the AC shut off rather quickly. This time I'm going to go all the way through the furnace. Let you hear the furnace kick on. Now with the furnace, when I shut that off, you'll notice it's going to take a couple minutes before that furnace fan cycles through and shuts off. I'm back in our bathroom. Again, plumbing to maintain. A shower door that you want to make sure is snapped closed for travel. You do have a hand crank open power exhaust in here, which is actually ran by your fan here. I might just shut it off. I did. So you can actually turn that on and off here or up there if you hand crank that open. Heard your microwave beeping and I forgot to shut it off. So coming back into our bedroom, you're prepped for a TV up here. You got lighting up here as well as up on your headboards. That's them working. Got some storage up underneath your bed. And hydraulics, so that makes it nice and easy to do. And your emergency escape window. Bedroom door, make sure you keep that locked. About covers everything in here. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. Like to start back in this bedroom. Go ahead and shut off my lights. And also mention this is a bedroom door you want to snap open for travel. Light in here. Shut that off. Make sure that's secure. And then close this door. Lastly, I'll come over to my control panel and shut off interior lights, because then I can see any other individual lighting. I just need to walk through and shut off myself. I can figure out where. Oh, there it is. That lighting above the dinettes is here. And last one here. Once I got all my lights off, I'll come back over to my control panel and turn on the one light that I can run from here. And say doors and drawers. Walk through your unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slide from coming in. Now the important part. This chair must be brought over to the door. And pulled up snug so that our slide can come in. Most rear livings, you have enough room between that slide and this back wall there to turn the seat sideways. This one doesn't. So we're just turning it sideways and bringing it right up here with us. Which is fine because we're on our way out. It won't be in our way. And as that comes in, shut off our lights and exit the unit. If we are out boondocking, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks, come up underneath our fresh tank and dump our fresh tank, and either head on home or head to the closest dump station. If we are camping, we're going to unhook our power, our water, our cable, hook up our hitch and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump's going to be right in front of your tires on your off campsite. It's a 10-foot hose, hook that up and pull your black handle. That's going to be your one on the left. When it sounds like that's no longer draining, go inside and check the level of your black tank. If it shows empty, come back out here, leave that black handle open. Grab the hose at the dump station and hook up to this sewer tank flush. Turn that hose on, again emphasizing with that black handle open. Let that run for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, close your black handle. Or, excuse me, remove that hose, make sure that whole black drain has drained out. Then close your black handle and pull your gray handle. That's going to be cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. That'll clean your sewage hose out for you. You want that sewage hose, come right here and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Koala for many years to come. Happy camping.